Bonjour, film lovers! Did you know that you can subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher Radio? We also have a website, realnerdspodcast.com, where you can find cool articles and other ways to listen to the podcast. You can also follow us on social, Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast, and Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us at 720-6nerds5. We will listen to it, we will play it, and we will probably commentate on it. Also email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Anyway, enjoy the episode.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for over 10 years, the Real Nerds have been podcasting our experience of the movie of the week. Something like that. I'm Ryan, on Zoom with Zach.
Hello.
And Brad.
Yep.
Hey, Brad, did you beat Zach's all-time consecutive record this week?
Ooh, I might have. Let me check.
I think it's this week.
It's either this week or next.
I mean, can I use that excuse that other idiot used for his own purposes? Fraud. That's it. Yeah, fraud at the polls.
Let's see. Last week was Psycho Gorman.
Yes, last week was Psycho Gorman.
Ooh, yeah, I'm tied. This week I tied him.
All right, so
I need you to hang on for one more week, Brad. Okay?
Yes,
that's all that matters.
absolutely, Brad. Nothing can go wrong. Everything's going to be okay. Oh wait, Brad. Oh my God. Kevin Eastman is going to have a secret super screening on Monday of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie, and it's only for Brads. Dude.
Well, I mean, I have to live through release next week, so that's like just icing on the cake, really.
Yeah, exactly. So no, but you have to. It's at the same time as we normally record, around that 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock range. So you've got to make a choice.
No, I choose neither.
He just plays by his own rules.
Okay, Ryan, I guess then after we record, you and I are just going to go to that Kevin Eastman screening because we could just change our names to Brad.
All right.
But for some reason I don't make it. Zach is only 2 consecutive weeks ahead of you, Ryan, for the next record.
Oh, man.
So neck and neck between you two.
What would be the other? There's another consecutive record on top of the consecutive record that I'm currently about to lose?
Well, like hypothetically, say like, I break yours, but the next week I miss, and then suddenly like that streak ends. You're back to being the next one who could possibly.
Oh, I got you.
I mean,
so like, if you miss a week, yeah.
I mean, I guess you could miss a bunch of weeks too, and then Ryan would just catch up to you. But like, if I fall off, like you're next in line.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out when I'm going to be able to watch whatever we watch next week amidst everything going on this coming weekend. So, but I found a way to do it this weekend, so I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll be there for you.
On Real Nerds, we go see a new movie every week. This week we saw The Little Things. Stay tuned to the end of the episode. We'll tell you if you should see the film, play the trailer, then spoil the film. We also talk about movies we've been watching, movies that are coming out on Blu-ray, movie news, general musings, and usually we go around town, but I'm going to give Zach a little bit of time to plug what he's been up to. Zach, what are you doing this weekend?
No, I've been fortunate to be given an opportunity to do a panel on the cinema career of Jack Benny, who is a comedian that I talk about way too much on this show, and it needs to stop. That's why I created another show so that I could just do that. But originally, it was going to be a presentation with 2 participants coming in, chiming in every so often. And then we lost one of the guests, so I was going to kind of give more time to the one panelist who was coming, who is Dr. Kathy Fuller-Seeley. She is an author of a book called Jack Benny and the Golden Age of American Radio Comedy. Then in the midst of emailing all my presentation material, which consisted of 21 pages of notes, I received a email from the convention organizer who was my guest on episode 9 of Yesteryear. And she asked if I would want to if she should reach out to Leonard Maltin. And I didn't think she was serious. So I said, well, the day I can interview Leonard Maltin will be the day that I learn to fly. And then she emailed me the next day saying, I thought you'd say that. So I sent him an email. And I was like, okay. And through the course of the week, he responded with a yes. I sent over my research materials, and yesterday we got a confirmation that he received the materials, was happy with them, doesn't want me to change anything, thinks this will be a fun panel. So I'm going to be talking to Leonard Maltin on Saturday, February 13th at 3:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 4:15 p.m. Denver time. So that's this has been an interesting week.
So, Zach, is it because Leonard Maltin saw your presentation and says, I want to be in on that because this guy obviously knows a lot?
I'm not sure of the exact answer. I guess we're going to find out about that.
Because I'm guessing it has to be because it's an all-weekend convention, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of gets to pick where he'd want to go.
Right. Well, I don't think he knew about the convention. To be fully frank, like, the convention has been the effort of a lot of grassroots, because the last time this Benny fan club had a convention was an in-person one, and it was back in the early 2000s. So realistically, I don't know if everybody knew what was going on. I can confirm, like, there were other guests that were already confirmed. So, like, Harry Shearer is going to be there on Friday night because he was a cast member of the Jack Benny program on radio and television when he was a kid. And we're also having Phil Harris's daughters, or one of his daughters, Eddie Rochester Anderson's daughter, James Stewart's daughter. And we're also going to be having a lot of different experts and people who were on the show at the time, even before the 50s. So my guess is that when she reached out to him, this is based on a love for Jack, because it would make sense that Maltin loves Jack. If you read his book, The Great American Broadcast, he talks a lot about Jack in that book. Has a lot of interviews with different sound effects men, different writers throughout the history of radio, and Jack is mentioned a ton in that book. So I can't imagine him not having a love for Jack. And I'm going to be
you have one goal too in this whole thing you're doing.
Okay. What is it?
To, after it's all done, and say, and Leonard, if you want to come on my other podcast called Real Nerds, we'd love to have you.
It'll be the first thumbs down he gives. No, I don't know. Like, we'll see where everything goes. Like right now, my goal is to put on a very good presentation that everybody will enjoy.
But it doesn't help me by you doing a good job, okay?
That is true. So you're
at least wear a fucking Real Nerd shirt, okay?
Yeah, that's already been the plan from day one, Ryan. I told you that.
You like your polo. Make sure it's the logo.
I don't have the polo. I never got the polo.
Oh, fuck. Well, make sure you can see the logo.
Yeah, I'll make sure that everybody can see Brad's neat designs and T-shirt designs and whatnot.
Then when Leonard Maltin says, "What's the Real Nerds?" and then you can tell him, and then you say, "Well, you're always welcome on the show." Then
why would I laugh right afterward?
Because it's like,
because he's lying. He wants him on Ballyhoo instead.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You would have nothing if it wasn't for Real Nerds. Nothing, I tell you.
You duplicitous son of a bitch.
Actually, it is true. I would probably recommend he come on this show before mine, because I wouldn't be having this opportunity if it wasn't for you guys. I think I've definitely expressed that more than once in very heartfelt and sincere sentiments over the years. So now you get to hear it again. Yeah, I wouldn't be having this opportunity if you guys hadn't picked me up off my ass 4 or 5 years ago.
No. Your love for Jack Benny carried you through this.
Yeah, so we're proud of it's more the confidence thing. That's what I'm saying. It's more the confidence thing.
I knew giving you AJ Archie guys panel would pay dividends for you in the future.
It's fun. Can I bring up something about that, by the way? I didn't realize how many people were really into that Riverdale show, and I'm flabbergasted. There are people I work with at my day job who, like, I told them that, I showed them the photo of it, which their first reaction was, "That's you," because it was when I was like super big. But the second one is like, "Oh my God, that was so much fun. Like, do you watch the show?" And I'm like, I watched enough to get ready for the panel, and it seemed like fun. And they're just like, "Oh, it's so good." I'm like, "Really? Okay. I guess I got to finish up this show." I like Lou Perry, like, but hey,
what's he up to?
Well, Ryan, that's mean because he's passed away.
Oh, so
he was
really.
But you know what? His greatest final role, to my knowledge, will be Lancer in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
and he gets to be there at that wonderful moment when Leonardo DiCaprio suddenly changes his voice and goes, "Before I aim this little picture down a whale." Still my favorite delivery in that movie. But anyway, yeah. If you want to come to the convention, there's a suggested $25 donation, although nobody's going to be turned away due to lack of funds. So, but if you want to support this cause and the people who have been working hard on putting it together, anything you can will help. But it is an all virtual convention.
Isn't bad.
Yeah, it's not bad for all the guests that you get to interact with. You get access to the whole convention. There's also going to be some recreations of not just Jack's show, but also Burns and Allen by the Atlanta Radio Revival League. I'm sorry that I might be getting their name wrong, so I apologize. But I just got off of work and just came here. So, but anyway,
$25 and I get to show Leonard Maltin my wiener on Zoom. Great.
I don't think they're going to be allowing that kind of access.
Aw.
I would hope not. But
there's no screen big enough for it.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
I told Laura, if some guy named Brad says I have hot dogs for the panel, I told her to block him immediately. So, but anyway, yeah. Thank you guys for allowing me to plug that. Also, really quickly, there is some tangible news for that. Ryan's going to be on the next one of the next Ballyhoo reviews talking about To Be or Not to Be. And Mr. Brad will be on board very soon to talk about Batman 1966. So,
quick question. Are we just doing To Be or Not to Be, or also My Man Godfrey?
No, I already did My Man Godfrey with Phil Vecchio from Mandarin Orange Show.
You know what? Then fuck you. Okay, Zach?
Oh, wow. I gave you one of my favorite films of all time, Ryan. This should be an honor for you.
All right.
But we'll get into it because I actually rewatched My Man Godfrey after recording that episode into what we've been watching. I'll talk a little bit about it. But,
cool.
Anyway,
good luck, Zach. Do us
Thank
proud.
You.
Yourself proud. Keep up the good work.
I shall.
This is some movie news.
It's real news. I'll start off some positive. God, is there positive? Here's some positive. If you are in an area that has movie theaters that are operating at a safe capacity, yada yada yada, you can watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy in IMAX this month. Right now, they are currently playing Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring, and it looks like that the rest of the series will be following accordingly. So, it's never been on IMAX before, so now's your chance to do this. And then, let's see. Steven Spielberg thinks that movie theaters will survive the pandemic. He said in an interview, he had a full statement, "In the current health crisis where movie theaters are shuttered or attendance is drastically limited because of the global pandemic, I still have hope bordering on certainty that when it's safe, audiences will go back to the movies. I've always devoted myself to our movie-going community, movie-going as in leaving our homes to go to a theater, and community, meaning a feeling of fellowship with others who have left their homes and are seated with us. In a movie theater, you watch movies with significant others in your life, but also in the company of strangers. That's the magic of we experience when we go out to see a movie or play or a concert or a comedy act. We don't know who all these people are sitting around us, but when the experience makes us laugh or cry or cheer or contemplate, And then when the lights come up and we leave our seats, the people with whom we head out into the real world don't feel like complete strangers anymore. We've become a community alike in heart and spirit, or at any rate, alike in having shared for a couple of hours a powerful experience. That brief interval in a theater doesn't erase the many things that divide us, race or class or belief or gender or politics. But our country and our world will feel less divided, less fractured, and after a congregation of strangers have laughed, cried, jumped out of their seats together, all at the same time. Art asks us to be aware of the particular and the universal both at once. And that's why, of all the things that have the potential to unite us, none is more powerful than the communal experience of the arts. So Mr. Spielberg, obviously very, very confident, hoping against hope that the theatrical business will survive. Following this statement, he said, "I'll be right here," and then got into a big old ship and took off for God knows where. But I'm sure he'll be back.
I've been, I have, I don't know if you guys you can sign up for COVID alerts. And so I always get the updated numbers. And yesterday it dropped below 100,000 new cases. So,
Damn.
We're making some progress. So let's continue to mask up, social distance. And Zach, I think you're coming up pretty soon for the vaccine for grocery store workers.
Really?
I think you're a part of 1.B2, and that's with teachers and with you. I know in our county they're starting that this week.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay, so I'll start getting the back. Quick question. Have you gotten your second round of it yet?
Yeah, I got it 18 days ago.
Did it make you feel crappy at all? I'm just curious.
No.
Okay.
The first one I kind of did, but it wasn't too bad. Laura got her second one the same day, and she couldn't get out of bed.
Okay.
But hers only lasted, feeling like that, maybe 10 hours, and then she was fine.
Okay, for sure. But yeah, no, I will be more than happy to receive the vaccine because vaccines are here to save us and not to, insert comment about some people. But anyway.
They submitted the Johnson & Johnson single dose to the FDA for emergency use. So maybe we'll get a single dose one soon too.
When do I get mine, guys?
I don't know,
you
Ryan.
can work from home, so you can go F yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. I get to hang out with my chinchilla all day. God damn it.
You mean guys who stay at home all the time and briefly go out to look for toys don't get up higher on the list?
Oh, I didn't know you went out to look out for toys. Yes.
Are you kidding? You should have gotten yours before, Ryan.
I know, I'm like interacting at Target all the time. I deserve the vaccine.
That's the hierarchy. It's people who go to Target, cops, first responders in the medical field, and then dogs, and then grocery store workers.
I provide a very important service of locating hard-to-find toys for other shut-ins who can't get out and find them themselves.
Thank you, Brad.
but not for children. You don't assist children in this effort. The ones who would probably want a toy amidst all the depression.
I don't know. Today I went to GameStop to get a controller for Kellen because he wanted to. I bought Smash Brothers with Christmas money, and I haven't even opened it.
Finally.
I know. And so Kellen really wanted to play it. So I went to GameStop, and they had another one of the Gwen Stacy figures that came out. So I got it because you can replace her head with Mary Jane's head, which I guess just means that Spider-Man's girlfriends are interchangeable. And right now I'm looking at it, and it's kind of weird that they have the same body and different head. I'm just saying.
Peter Parker has a type.
He does. Super hot. But man, so I went to GameStop, and they didn't even have any, for Kellen, I didn't want to get him a Joy-Con because, one, they're $80. And I was like, you know what? I'll get him one of those Pro pads that are like wired but have the 10-foot cord. Because they're only like $30, and GameStop only had this orange one. I go, what the fuck is that? So I went across the street to Best Buy, and they have a really cool Mario one that was on sale for $10 off. So it was $15. And it's dope. It's like white and silver on the top with Mario in it, and the bottom's red. It's pretty awesome.
It's gonna get dirty so fast.
Yeah.
I saw your picture and I saw the cord, and I was like, man, remember cords?
Yeah, I know.
Your controller.
I if Kellen played the Switch maybe more, I'd consider a wireless one, but I'm not going to spend $60, $70 on a wireless for them.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
And the controller works fine. But man, I didn't know in that they come with, you only start with 8 characters. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, it's going to take forever to unlock them all.
Yeah, like it takes so long.
Yeah, just know that if you get assigned a boss and don't beat him, you can go like there's this back door in the menu that you can try again at.
Ryan, can you answer a question for me? What's a Joy-Con controller?
It's the standard controller that comes with the Switch.
Oh, okay.
So it's it's a controller that can come apart, so you can actually use either side of it, but it doesn't seem to be that comfortable to play with the little. They're like really small Smash Brothers with it.
Okay, I got you. I was just curious because I'm trying to get hep on the lingo so that when I get a console or whatever, I can be like, yeah, I know where the games are that are with it, dog.
Yeah, when I was at Best Buy, and I was just thinking how smart Nintendo is to advance their systems. So the 3DS has been around for, when did that come out, Brad? Maybe 12 years ago?
Yeah,
maybe
2011. Oh, yeah, because that's when I got Zelda. Actually, it might have been 2010.
Yeah, 11 years. But they just discontinued them, and now you can just get Switch Lite is their new handheld. So now you basically make a handheld that is already running off your new games. It's pretty ingenious.
I'm like, what? Like, why wouldn't you hold out like another $100 and get the one that actually docks with your TV? That's like,
oh yeah, no, I agree.
Baffling to me.
But talking to, I know some friends, and she's a teacher, and she doesn't have that much money, and her kid really wanted a Switch, so that's what she got him, is a Switch and a couple games for the same price. So I can see why parents might do that.
It's funny in a world where like people are willing to pay $600 for like a PS5.
I know.
That. Yes, there's still people who are like, can I even get $100 for a handheld?
It's crazy too. I haven't even seen a PS5 in the wild yet.
Yeah, me either. Plenty of controllers.
They might still be hibernating, guys. Just relax.
But I was reading too that they're starting to put them in stock where people can buy them in stores, not just online.
So how much is it? How much is it going to be?
It's $500 for the physical version. You can get a digital only one, and it's $400. But who wants a digital only thing? Not me.
Like a digital only PS5?
Yeah, so you can only download games. You can't use discs.
Okay, that sounds silly.
I was thinking, they have those signs that say, don't bother asking us. They're not here buying one. They're only available online. And they're saying like, basically we don't want you in the store. Like, stop. If you want a PS5 or an Xbox, stay the hell out of our store. Like we're not going to give them to you.
That's how they used to keep me out of Second and Spin in general. When it was still around, they just say we don't have any Jack Benny movies. Don't even try.
Contrast to the past, where like those stores would kill to have that kind of traffic.
Really? Well, in these unprecedented times, we must, I don't know, buy it online. I don't know. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around the idea of a digital-only game console. That seems weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, that's the future, but feels depressing. Ryan, this is depressing.
Your phone is...
Continue movie news, then.
Your phone has been a digital-only console for years.
Yeah, but your mom has been a digital-only console. Man. Anyway, hey, guys. Do we really care about the Golden Globe nominations?
Nope.
No.
Well, too bad. I'm going to say them anyway. In a very strange fucking year for any film lovers, let alone for the award season, your Best Picture motion picture drama nominations are Nomadland, Mank, The Father, Promising Young Women, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Your Best Motion Picture musical or comedy is Borat's subsequent movie film, Hamilton, Music, Palm Springs, and The Prom. There's also varied nominations. Amongst many of them, actually, Chadwick Boseman made some history by gathering several posthumous nominations, not the least of which for his performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but also he received some nominations for his work in Da 5 Bloods. Some nice, interesting nominations here. And I guess in a surprising turn, James Corden has been nominated for a Best Actor award for The Prom. I have no idea what The Prom is. This sounds like something I'm not going to care too much about. Those are your Golden Globe nominations, and if you're interested in award season, there's your guideline into what might be ahead for you guys. And then in even more positive news, looks like Edgar Wright and Kevin Feige are friends again, because Edgar Wright was just like, I'm just going to email him and bury this hatchet. And so, I don't know what that'll mean, but it's nice to know that their experience on the Ant-Man of it all did not totally burn all the bridges in the world. So who knows? Maybe we can see Edgar Wright do some Marvel stuff down the line. Who knows? I don't know. Probably not. He seems like he's more into doing his own thing, which is good. And then this is one that confuses me. So Mattel is a company that makes board games and such. They're also responsible for several different movie adaptations. And now they're going to make an Uno movie with a rapper named Lil Yachty, who I'm not familiar with, but I guess, this movie is going to take place. It's going to be set in the underground hip hop scene in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm confused, guys. I don't remember how to play Uno, but does any of this mesh together?
I have no idea what the end result is going to be.
But why? What did I do wrong? Brian, did I not eat my vegetables enough? Did I not say my prayers at night or whatever the fuck? Why is this happening? I don't get it. I'll find something else. We've got a writer for the Marvel reboot of Blade, and it looks like that the reboot will be done by the Watchmen writer Stacey O.C. Kufor, who's written for HBO's Watchmen. No other real news beyond that, but I'm glad that they've got the ball rolling on a Blade reboot, because I remember when they announced Mahershala Ali to play Blade, and I got really excited. And then let's see. There was a podcast series produced by Rachel Maddow about Spiro Agnew called Bagman. And it looks like now Ben Stiller is going to be producing a film adaptation of that. This covers, of course, the scandal that Spiro Agnew found himself in during 1973, kind of in the midst of the whole, or near the beginnings of the Watergate scandal. So, I have not heard this podcast series, but it sounds interesting. Might want to check it out. And then, last but not least, we had 2 deaths this week. One came off the wire not too long after we recorded our last week's episode. Mr. Hal Holbrook passed away at the age of 96. Mr. Holbrook is primarily a kind of a character actor who's kind of wandered in and out of films throughout the course of his life. He was most known for playing Mark Twain in Mark Twain Tonight, where he won a Tony Award for it, and he would continue to play Mark Twain for a big majority of his life. As far as his film roles are concerned, he's in the #1 film of 1980, The Fog, playing Father Malone. And he is also Lieutenant Briggs in Magnum Force, starring one Clint Eastwood. And arguably, considering the fodder that would happen in the Dirty Harry series after Magnum Force, he is obviously the second best villain of the series. He was also Deep Throat in All the President's Men. Yep. Wow. Really, Ryan? I guess, you know what? It was there. But also, one of the things is that he was nominated for an Oscar for his supporting role in a movie called Into the Wild, which I've still never seen because I really like that book, and I don't want to ruin my view of that book with the movie that Sean Penn made, but I've heard he's really good at it. So yeah, 96, life well lived, a lot of memorable performances that we can look back on. I still love him in The Fog. He just looks like he's been he looks like all of his whole religion has been a lie, or like his whole life has been a lie, and he just can't process the fact that pirate ghosts are about to kill him and the rest of the townsfolk. And then the big one, even bigger than Hal Holbrook, was Christopher Plummer, passed away at the age of 91. Christopher Plummer. It's kind of like redundant, but Sound of Music, Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. He won his Oscar for Beginners, 11 years ago. And most recently was seen in the wonderful film Knives Out. He was also in animated films over the years, such as An American Tail, Up. He's really good in Up. The Velveteen Rabbit, David the Gnome, Madeline, and Rock-a-Doodle. So yeah, only Canadian to ever win the Triple Crown of Acting, which is the Oscar, Emmy, and the Tony. And this is revelation to me. Christopher Plummer's Canadian? Okay. Neat. That's freaking dope. Also, I just remembered The Insider. He's in, no, not Insider. He's in The Insider, but wasn't he? He's an Inside Man, isn't he? Or am I thinking of some?
I think you're right. I don't remember.
I know he's in Malcolm X because he plays the priest that gets into an argument with Mr. Denzel. But yeah, I was kindly reminded of his role in Star Trek VI, and I fucking love him in that movie. He's freaking amazing in that movie. Just quoting Shakespeare up the wazoo, overselling it in the best possible way. Well, Ryan, are you alive?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, so 91, a long, long legacy fulfilled with many memorable roles that everybody will cherish to the end of their days. Thank you. Thank you very much. You will be missed, Mr. Plummer and Mr. Holbrook. And that is news, unless I missed anything.
I think you got it. Yeah, bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been around a long time, though, so they've had a very long, fulfilling life, and they left their mark, and will always be able to go back and watch them. To
be or not to be? That is the question. No, well, no. I'm Star Trek VI, Undiscovered Country. You want when Arnold dies, we'll do that. Not now. But
Arnold will never die.
What was that, Brad?
I was gonna say you never fully appreciated the Klingon until you've heard it into the, or you never fully appreciated Shakespeare until you've heard in the full Klingon.
Yep. Oh, it's amazing that way. Make a note. No Romulan ale during diplomatic meetings. Oh, and also I do love when he spins around in his chair, goes, "Cry havoc and let loose the dogs of war." Oh, God. All right, that's news.
We watch movies throughout the week. Oh, wait. Actually, let's do Blu-rays first.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Make more sense. Let's see. Let's start off with the new release, Freaky, movie from last year that I think we all pretty much enjoyed. It's coming to
number
Blu-ray.
7, 8, don't remember.
I came close to my list. And you can get it now on Blu-ray. I kind of wish there was a 4K of it, but whatever. And then Paramount Classics, which has been a label that's been putting out movies again in 4K, is putting out, I mean, this is the greatest classic of all time, guys. 2005's Elizabethtown, starring Orlando Bloom and Kirsten Dunst. The only thing I remember about that movie is that it shows a house getting blown up, and it's pretty fucking cool. And then on the new release front, a movie called Greenland with Gerard Butler, which I have no idea what the hell that is. It looks like Gerard Butler is about to get hit by a bunch of meteors while hugging his child, and his wife looks concerned. So yeah, I guess Greenland, if you want to check that out. In 4K, you can pick up Elysium with Matt Damon, directed by Neil Blomkamp. If that's to your liking. Paramount Classics is also putting out Love Story from 1970. See, that makes more sense than Elizabethtown. But maybe there's a following for Elizabethtown that I don't understand. And maybe I just need to rewatch it. I don't know.
Cameron Crowe film. People like Cameron Crowe.
Yeah, I guess so. Cameron Crowe's fine. He's fine. But I guess I need to pay more attention to him. I do like Almost Famous. It's fine. And then My Bloody Valentine from 1981 is getting a steelbook version of its Scream Factory release. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of hearts floating out of a dead body that the miner from My Bloody Valentine has pickaxed to death. So yeah, check that out if you like. This is a movie that I am curious about, even though it's from Full Moon Features. Tourist Trap from 1979. A group of young friends stranded at a secluded roadside museum are stalked by the owner of the place, who has the power to control his collection of mannequins. Ryan, have you seen Tourist Trap?
I've seen it.
You have? How is it, Brad? Fun?
It's weird.
Okay, buddy.
If I see how these all together, and I separate them, it's
okay. Anyway, Criterion is putting out the Parallax View, an Alan J. Pakula film starring...
Sorry, Tourist Trap is okay.
Okay. Too late, Ryan. I already moved on to the Parallax View. But yeah, if you want the Parallax View on Criterion, you can get that shit. And then on Warner Archive, it would be a far, far better thing to do than you have ever done if you bought A Tale of Two Cities with Ronald Colman from 1935 on Blu-ray, courtesy of the Warner Archive. And then through Kino Lorber, we've got a bunch unloaded here. Ryan, have you seen this list of stuff that we're getting from them this week?
No, I mean, I'm getting the Bloody Valentine Steelbook and Freaky.
Okay.
What's Kino bringing out?
Kino has got your back in a movie that's in 3D called Wings of the Hawk.
Nice.
With Van Heflin and Julia Adams. They've got Charles Lawton and Ella Raines in The Suspect from 1944. They've also got So Evil, My Love from 1948 with Ray Milland, Ann Todd, and Geraldine Fitzgerald. And then Jazz on a Summer's Day from 1959, which features Anita O'Day, Louis Armstrong, Mahalia Jackson, and Jerry Mulligan. If you want to check that out, you can. And actually, I might as well, because this movie is basically a documentary. It's the highlights from the 1958 Newport Jazz Festival. So that sounds pretty fucking dope. And then Kino Lorber is also putting out The Hills Run Red. Thomas Hunter, Henry Silva, Dan Durea. At the end of the Civil War, the Confederate soldier Jerry Brewster is jailed for a heist engineered by his buddy Ken Siegel, who escapes with the loot and builds quite a fortune for himself. Upon his release 5 years later, Brewster realizes he's been double-crossed, and he vows revenge. He teams up with a stranger named Getz to brawl and shoot his way through Siegel's henchmen and finally settle the score with his old partner in crime. So yeah, you want to check out a late 60s Western, there's your goal. And then let's see. Arrow is putting out something called the El Duce tapes from 2019. Has a guy with a hood on. Yeah, I don't know. This seems weird. It's about El Duce, the lead singer of the notorious shock rock band The Mentors. I have no idea of any of this, but looks interesting, I guess. And then I think this is the cream of the crop of this week, guys. Beach Babes from Beyond from 1993. There is no synopsis for Beach Babes from Beyond, but the cover is three women who are rather buxom and or alluring in bikinis. And it's from Full Moon Features. So
did I make fun of this like 2 weeks ago already?
You might have, but there's no synopsis for it now, so that's what makes me wonder if this is the same thing you were talking about or not.
I don't know. I swear we talked about it, and then I saw it out. I don't know if we were talking about it in passing or that it also was coming out, and then it got delayed or something.
Maybe it did. Oh, and also you can get 13 hours on 4K or whatever. Yeah. And that's Blu-rays.
We watch movies throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what you been watching this week?
Not a lot at all, really. I rewatched Those Who Can't, 3 seasons of that, and I've talked about that before. I've been going through C-Lab, which, interestingly enough, is C-Lab 2021. I've never actually watched all the episodes of C-Lab, so yeah, it's on HBO Max. So I'm, like those 15-minute Adult Swim shows. I feel like aren't great binge watches because you can like just like if you're working, you kind of gloss over really quickly and like you quickly miss the episode. So, but it makes me nostalgic for like staying up and watching Adult Swim every night. Those days are gone.
Yeah, I love that like the Dr. Steve Brule stuff is on there. I really like that HBO Max has it on there now because it's really fun.
Yeah, and like stuff like Tom Goes to the Mayor, like that. I don't think that was on DVD, so finally get to watch that again. Tim and Eric before they became Tim and Eric.
Yep.
Yeah. Before our movie of the week, the Alamo's playing Star Trek 2. They're at the con, so I checked that out again. Talked about that a bunch, so I won't do it again. And the last thing that's of any note that I watched is HBO Max also has Bicentennial Man, which I don't think I've seen since the early 2000s, where Robin Williams plays an android.
That's a really weird movie. Is it still weird? I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, like I like it a lot up until he meets like his caretaker's great granddaughter, and then it becomes like this love story. It's basically like Commander Data, the movie. So I've seen a bunch of episodes that are basically this movie and Star Trek: The Next Generation. But yeah, I forgot Sam Neill's in it. And
that's fuck.
Yeah, and M. Beth Davids. But yeah, Sam Neill, he purchases the servant robot, and for a good half of the movie, Robin Williams, or at least like I
oh my god! I just looked at. I forgot about this movie. Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, like I think he's actually in the costume because like Robin Williams is such a physical performer. Like you wouldn't want a stunt double to do that,
right?
Even though you could get away with it.
It's based on Asimov. Jesus.
Yeah, so it's and like Star Trek, basically like those writers took that story and like used it for a bunch of data stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the movie is, once the part where Sam Neill takes him home and like teaches him to, well, he doesn't teach him. Like once he realizes that, I forget, it's Andrew, that robot. They named the robot Andrew. Once he realizes like he has a spark of individuality to him, he manages to cultivate it. Oh yeah, Stephen Root's in it. He plays the guy who runs the corporation that makes the robots, and wants to, take him back and do experiments on like why he has this spark of individuality. And then, that whole growing, like watching that robot grow in the family growing over time, like that's cool. But then eventually, yeah, like he obtains his freedom, and then Sam Neill does this terrible thing of like getting all butthurt about it and then exiling him from the house for like 16 years. And then after that, yeah, Andrew just wanders the earth trying to find other robots like him, and then eventually falls in love with the great granddaughter of one of the daughters, Sam Neill's daughters, and teams up with Oliver Platt to make more cybernetic parts so that he can become more human. And then eventually, by the end, tries to obtain full human status by going up against like the World Council and, making a case that he should be treated.
Yeah, I forgot that movie has a lot going on.
Yeah, like at the halfway point, once he finally like embarks on, his journey around the world, it kind of becomes a totally different movie. It's like WALL-E, where like I enjoy the first part where he's like all alone and, just existing, and then once it connects with like the greater world, you're just like, oh, okay, well, guess they got to wrap it up somehow,
right?
So, and yeah, then and it becomes the focus of like he dedicates his life to that great granddaughter. I'm like, okay, I'm sure it was in there because it was like a holiday movie, so they had to have some kind of
like some sort of love story.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I haven't watched that in a while. And like I said, I was like really enjoying it up until like the last half of it. So
nice.
And like the CGI is like there's an effect where Oliver Platt is like holding Robin Williams' head. This is early 2000s. And it's just like it's not bad for that time, but now it's glaring that there's like a green screen cutting off his body, as he moves the head around. So when you have stuff like what the Avengers can do these days, you're like, huh.
Yeah, it's really rough sometimes. You almost forgive the practical, like cheesy effects from the 70s and 80s, but the CGI has not aged well from the early 2000s.
Yeah, and like they have like vistas of San Francisco that have been, they add like futuristic buildings in the background that just like the futuristic buildings are so like don't have enough detail. They look like the futuristic buildings from like Star Wars Episode 1. Like they're so glossy and covered over that they don't. So that hurts a little bit, but yeah.
And that's on HBO Max?
Yeah, HBO Max.
I'll have to watch it. I haven't seen it probably in 20 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through as much as like my HBO Max queue so that like once after Justice League hits, I can like maybe suspend that subscription for a bit. So, yeah.
Zach?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I didn't. I haven't watched a lot this week either. I went through a Jack Benny movie called "It's in the Air" for the presentation, and it's fine. I like Jack in it. I like Ted Healy in it. Nat Pendleton's always fun to watch. My problem is that the script is kind of like, it's just kind of lame, to be honest. I don't really dig the story. Jack and Ted Healy play con artists who fix horse races and such, and they work their way into a scheme where they pose as experts on a hot weather balloon that's going to break some records or something. The whole thing ends with a big hot air balloon chase, and I didn't like it when I first saw it, and I wasn't really hot on it this time around either. Watching Jack's performance in it, I was like, he's good in it. He gets to show a lot of emotion in it, but it kind of falls flat because he's not given much else to do. Like,
so it's really just blowing cold air.
Yeah, Ryan. Actually, like, this is one where I'll accept this pun because you'd think that a movie with a hot air balloon might be fun even with Jack under those circumstances, but it's just not fun. Like, it's kind of like meh. Other people seem to like the movie, and maybe I'm watching it wrong. I don't know, but it just didn't do it for me. And then I went through some Jack Benny programs in order to kind of reacquaint myself with the television show, as I'm apt to do, and those are always fun. And then I saw a movie for the first time that I ended up recording a ballyhoo on, but it won't be out for a while. But I want to talk about this movie. Ryan, I think you'll like this. It's called The Bad and the Beautiful by Vincent Minnelli. And it has Kirk Douglas, Lana Turner, and Dick Powell. And It's basically a movie about David O. Selznick, but it's not called. But they don't call him David O. Selznick.
Yeah, because they wanted to still work in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, exactly. Actually, something I didn't mention on the episode, but I should have, was that Selznick actually had his lawyers look at the film to find out if there was anything lawsuit worthy, and he reported back no, because this is really like a loose adaptation. It's based off of an article that was written, but it's basically three people involved in the life of this mega producer, Jonathan Shields. One's an actress, one's a director, one's a screenwriter. Have all been called into the office of the main financial guy of Shields Pictures, and he's asking them to consider making one more movie with the Shields guy, but they each have a reason why they won't work with him anymore. And through a series of kind of Citizen Kane-esque flashbacks, we go back and watch the life of Jonathan Shields unfold through the perspective of these three different people. And he actually starts off as kind of like a Val Lewton type of character, where he produces cheap, low-budget horror movies that use atmosphere and shadows rather than actually showing a monster. And then they shift into the David O. Selznick thing, where like instead of Gone with the Wind, it's like the Faraway Valley, stuff like that. And it is really, really interesting. It's super melodramatic, but Vincent Minnelli like knows that it is, and he plays with it. Lana Turner's amazing in it. Kirk Douglas is really good in it. I think you'd like it, Ryan. It's like it's melodrama done correct. So it's not like it doesn't fall into the like eye roll territory that it can usually. And it's Minnelli, so it looks beautiful. But yeah, so I would check that out if you are so interested in a Kirk Douglas movie that you may not have seen before. I've seen the movie that this is connected to, which is 2 Weeks in Another Town, which technically contains footage from Bad and the Beautiful that could suggest that it is a part of the Kirk Douglas as movie producer or movie person universe, which doesn't really exist, but has the same team involved. It's like a duology. And yeah, that's all I watched this week.
Brad, did you watch WandaVision?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, stuff's going on in that show.
Yeah, well, like,
I mean, it's everywhere now.
poor DC. Like, they were first to announce that they're working on the multiverse, and then Marvel just they've actually executed the multiverse. So
yeah, well, you know what's happening. I don't usually comment on rumors. It's just because it gets me excited. But they're saying that people have spotted Willem Dafoe on Spider-Man set, so him coming back is awesome. But yeah, in this episode, it kind of goes back and forth between Sword and Wanda and Vision.
the Hex,
And, yeah, the Hex. What I really love is they have like, one of my favorite little things about it is when Wanda comes through the Hex and she's like evil. Her accent is back.
Yeah, like she slips into
So it's kind of that her losing her accent was kind of a front for fitting in or whatever she was doing it for. But yeah, when Quicksilver shows up and it's Evan Peters and not Aaron Taylor Johnson is pretty shocking.
Yeah. I'll be watching next week. They got me.
Yeah. And I was reading online that they've already pitched a Jimmy Woo special agent show.
Yeah.
Where this one guy said they should have him go around just random things in the Marvel universe and have to solve the problems. Like, I'd watch that show.
An X-Files version of the Marvel. Yeah.
So yeah, WandaVision's pretty great because something's going on in that world and she might not be in complete control, even though she thinks she is. It's going to be interesting what they do.
Yeah, this is the episode where Catherine Hahn's like, should I start over? You know?
Yeah. So
like
Catherine Hahn is, her name's Agnes. There is a Doctor Strange villain called Agnes who also is in Vision and Scarlet. So we'll see.
Interesting. Yeah. I also love that it was for the 80s episode, it was Family Ties.
Yep, like the opening credits were great.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting show, and what's really cool is during the Super Bowl they announced Falcon and Winter Soldier drops I think March 19th. So it's pretty much as soon as WandaVision's over, Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be on because there's 4 more episodes of WandaVision.
I get like a Nice Guys vibe out of that show where it's a buddy cop thing where they're just kind of constantly at each other's throats.
Yeah, it's like, it seems like it's an action adventure kind of buddy comedy thing.
Yeah,
excited. I didn't watch hardly anything this week either. I watched Innocent Blood, which is a John Landis film that was put out by Warner Archive a few years ago. But sometimes if I don't know the film, and I mean Archive usually does a great job with them, but I'll wait till they're $6-7. And Innocent Blood is about a woman who's a vampire, and she takes out gangsters, and so she makes it look like that they're just part of a gangster hit, so no one knows that she's a vampire. And she gets kind of mixed up with an undercover police officer, and she so in this world, once you're bitten, you can be killed and you won't turn into a vampire. And she does that on purpose, so there's no other vampires running around. And so she kills the head of this mafia family, and she's scared, chased away before she can kill him. So he becomes a vampire and then starts turning all his goons into vampires. It's a pretty fun movie. Like, I had fun watching it. It's really violent. there's nudity. It's definitely, I think it came out in 1990, but it has a definite late 80s feel to it, where the gore is really over the top. And when she bites someone's neck, she bites it and she rips their shoulder off. You can see the flesh and blood like spewing out. So it's pretty sweet. It's a pretty fun movie. It doesn't reach the heights of An American Werewolf in London, but it was a fun watch. I had a lot of fun watching it. And the only other thing I watched was from Scream Factory is The Guardian, which is directed by William Friedkin, who did Friedkin. I forget I don't even know how to pronounce it. Who did The Exorcist? Friedkin?
Pretty sure.
I think it's Friedkin. That sounds right.
It's Friedkin.
He this was his next horror film, which is I think 10-12 years after The Exorcist, maybe even longer. Anyways, it's about this family that moves into this home, and they pick this lady to be their nanny, and she's actually some sort of witch or kind of thing, and she moves into families that have really young children, and while their blood is still pure, she sacrifices them to this tree that's in the forest. And this movie too has like lots of violence in it, and it's really weird in a kind of cool late 80s thing. Like, there's wolves that rip people apart. The tree comes to life and knocks people's heads off, and rips arms off. It's fucking insane. Have Zach or Brad, have you ever seen The Guardian?
No, but I'd like to check it out. I need to see Innocent Blood too, because I'm due for a rewatch of American Werewolf in London, so I might do a double pair with that.
If you want, I have an extra copy of Werewolf in London. If you
gave me one. Remember?
Did I? Okay,
a long time ago.
I already gave it to you. Okay.
Yeah. Guys, we've been doing this show so long we can't remember what's what anymore.
Right. So I mean, it's fun. It's really kind of silly, and the acting isn't that great in it, but you're not really there for the acting. You're there for the naked woman and the over-the-top violence, right? Because this movie has that in spades.
I mean, it's just, what year is this from?
89, 90? I don't remember.
Okay.
It's just really bizarre, but it's like in a fun way. Like, both of these movies, I mean, Innocent Blood I think is better, but it's funny. When I rate movies on Letterboxd and I see other people rate them that are my friends, Henry gave Innocent Blood I think a half a star, so I don't think he was a fan. but I liked it. The Guardian 2 is fun. They're both really fun movies. I think Innocent Blood's a little better. But if you want to watch early 90s horror with nudity and super cool practical effects, then I would definitely watch these movies because they have them.
Right on.
They're fun.
Well, you know me, Ryan. I'm down for a fun time.
Heck yeah. This week on Real Nerds, we watched the movie The Little Things. Zach, should people watch The Little Things?
I have no idea. I think I might be a little higher on the film than you guys, but not by much. If we're going by Letterboxd ratings, because I like the performances in it. I was intrigued for the first half of the movie, and then I feel like it goes off into the rails and tries to be way too ambitious for itself. I appreciated seeing like a run-of-the-mill cop thriller, detective thriller kind of movie that you don't really get anymore unless it's like True Detective or something in a series realm. But I don't feel like it holds up to anything. I've got some questions, but we'll get into it in spoiler territory. So I don't know. If you can have it on HBO Max, maybe that's where you need to watch it. I hate to say that because it'd be cool to say like go see this in a theater, but maybe you should either way just to support it. But
Brad, should people watch The Little Things?
Yeah, I don't know. I was not into it, and it's not fair that I started out wanting one type of movie where there's an actual mystery to be solved, and this movie abandons that, and so I'm just left frustrated wanting to solve the case and then not getting that. But I don't know if that's the movie's fault. It might just be my own. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Zach's right. The performances are great. It's just like I just don't know what to get out of it.
Wait a minute, Ryan. Before you tell us about what you thought about The Little Things, Corinne has some thoughts of her own.
Hey nerds, Corinne here. Sorry I couldn't make it on the episode this week, but I did want to let everyone know what I thought of The Little Things. Overall, I was kind of unimpressed with the movie. Granted, it's been a week since I've seen it, or over a week since I've seen it now, and it hasn't really stuck with me that much. It's just kind of like you sit down, you watch it, and it's like, it's enjoyable in the moment, but it doesn't really like stick out in your mind. At least it didn't for me. And I think part of that was the marketing. They focus a lot of the trailers and the TV spots on the investigation into Jared Leto's character, and that doesn't happen until the latter part of the movie. And that part of it was more interesting. And the end, I think, had... the ending was interesting because I was like, okay, like I see what they're trying to do. I don't know. It just felt like... It felt like I was watching Seven, but where the ending hadn't been spoiled for me. And also kind of more boring. So like a more boring version of Seven that I didn't know how it was going to end. And I was kind of waiting for some kind of like big twist to happen. And it kind of didn't come at any point. I mean, they do have like some kind of little like, here's a question of like, was this right or was this wrong sort of thing. And I was like, I guess it's fine. I don't know. I remember I watched this one TV spot that made it look like Denzel Washington's character was the killer. And I was like, so is this going to be like one killer hunting another killer sort of thing? And I guess I was just really disappointed with how that panned out once you actually see the movie. I don't want to spoil it too much, but anyway... I just feel like the marketing kind of ruined the movie for me. Maybe if I'd had no expectations going in, I would have been better with it, but like I said, hasn't really stuck out to me as being good. It hasn't stuck out to me as being bad either. I guess it was just like really slowly paced, especially that first half. I was just like, God, are we going to get to anything here? Just waiting for Jared Leto to show up. Probably the only time I'll ever say that. But yeah, it's just not bad, not great, just there. So that's pretty much how I feel about it. The Little Things. So, interested to hear what you all think of it, and hope you all had a good week. Bye!
Thanks, Corinne. I really enjoyed the part where you agreed with me on everything. Ryan, what did you think of The Little Things?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think the movie's actually kind of meh. Not really anything happens in it. And I don't know. It's okay. The performances are great. I think it's shot really well. But there's some of the script is just really stupid, and it's hard sometimes to get over that. I mean, it helps that all the actors are really great in it, but yeah. Here's a trailer for. I'm sorry.
No, I'll say it after the thing.
Okay, here's a trailer for The Little Things.
You know him, didn't you? Then you had that one little feeling. But you waved it away. You should have listened to that one little feeling. Just like I'm listening to you now. You can talk to me. I'm all the friend you got.
You're not exactly a department favorite. Things probably changed a lot since you left.
You still got to catch him, right?
Yeah.
Not that much has changed then, right?
I can assure you all we are taking a 24/7 all-hands-on-deck approach to these cases.
Guy's a shark. If he stops, he dies. He likes to drive. Probably has a decent car, maybe 2, high mileage.
You must really like my car.
I do. How's the trunk space?
Something I gotta know. How's a guy with the best clearance rate in the department work 15 years without a promotion?
Maybe I didn't go to the right church.
When I look in your eyes, what I see, it ain't good.
He knew all the details, but he wasn't within 10 miles of the killing.
Why is that? Why is that?
How's the trunk space?
What do you want?
I want to nail the bastard.
For who?
For all of the girls he killed.
I want to nail him too. Difference is, I'm doing it for me. It's the little things, Jimmy. It's the little things that rip you apart. It's the little things that get you caught.
The Little Things involves a serial killer in Los Angeles, and Denzel Washington plays a guy named Deacon, who used to be part of Homicide, but after suffering a heart attack and being on a case that worked him basically to death, he's now in some rural county out in California.
Kern County.
Yeah, but then he's drawn back in when he goes to pick up some evidence from a crime lab, and when this killer starts striking, he decides he's going to help Los Angeles, I guess. And I forget Rami Malek's character's name.
Detective Malek.
Yeah. And yeah, he's in it. And then Jared Leto plays some weird guy. And
that's the prime suspect.
Yeah, he's a prime suspect. And it's basically them trying to get him to confess or find evidence that he was involved in the crime. And that's the movie.
So like, this is why I feel like this movie has more than 1 or 500 issues, is because the first half starts off like a procedural, which that's kind of all I wanted. I just wanted like a 90s kind of crime thriller that they could kind of dig themselves into and just have some fun, kind of like, you know, the Alex Cross movies that Morgan Freeman did, or anything Denzel Washington did in the 90s that was in this realm. But like, I don't I don't know what the point is of trying to make a movie that tries to hit the same thematic realm as Zodiac when we already have the movie Zodiac. Because literally the ending of the movie to me suggests that it doesn't matter who did the crime or if he was innocent or guilty. It's about their obsession. I'm like, but you didn't earn any of that. I don't feel like you earned any of that at all.
I say this movie is really the Harvey Dent part of the Dark Knight story.
Yeah.
Like it's the Joker trying to tear down Los Angeles' best cop, and he succeeds at it.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then there's just parts of it that I thought were so dumb. Until you got to the end of the movie where the twist is, where everyone was mad at Denzel Washington for having a heart attack or something. Like, what the fuck?
Well, but they justify their hatred of him because they all clearly know that he shot this girl who was in the woods at the time when they found two of the bodies, and then the coroner just pulls out the bullet and says, "Death of multiple stab wounds." Which, like, Ryan, like, doesn't that, like, it? I didn't see that she had been stabbed. It just seemed like she was just wandering around in the woods and got shot. I don't know if she was like a victim of the killer or whatever, but like, you can't just like ignore a gunshot wound in the middle of an autopsy, right? Like that just seems
that just makes it seem that there's this cover up that police have between every single department of it.
That's why I'm just like, why? Like, I mean, like, okay, like, like, I mean, granted that there are fudging of police files and such that we've all heard of in one time or another, but like this one just seemed like super obvious. Like, no, you can't cover up stab wound with gun wound.
Well, that too. And if I was an officer on scene with another officer who accidentally shot somebody coming out of the woods, yeah, you would not cover for him.
Yeah.
Happen. And it's.
I mean, don't cops have like a ton of immunity for that stuff anyway? Like, what is he afraid of?
No, you can't negligently discharge your firearm and not be held accountable for it. There's actual statutes in Colorado that says you have a duty to report, and if you don't report it, then you are held to the same standards. So you can be charged with a crime too, which is a felony.
Right.
So it's just like that stuff's really annoying. And then two, where he said, and I usually don't let my professional life get involved with movies because I don't care, because then I could never enjoy Lethal Weapon. But
that's fun. What is this?
Yeah, where he says, "Give me 5 minutes alone in his apartment." Well, there's a thing called the Constitution, and if you go into someone's apartment and you find evidence, and then you try to use that in a case against them, they're going to throw it out because you obtained that without a search warrant or probable cause.
Yeah,
so,
it's like the same kind of like legalese that allowed Freddy Krueger to get away with his killings in Springfield Slasher. Like
even Freddy's thing, that doesn't matter because
no, it doesn't. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like it's just like there's so many tiny things.
Yeah, because
it's the little things.
You wouldn't be able to enter someone's house if a judge didn't sign the search warrant.
Yeah,
because then you violated his rights before that even happened. So.
And also, Ryan, I've got a question. Mr. Policeman. So he works in Kern County, and they're in LA County. Now, if Zodiac taught me anything correctly, it says that one, inter-county cooperation is kind of like a rarity. But two, he's on vacation taking sick days. Why is anybody allowing him around the Rami Malek character? Like, isn't it where you just go like Denzel? You're not even allowed to be a foot within this guy because he's...
Well, technically, you can ask for help if he's an expert. And he's... In Colorado, you are... Even though I work for a certain jurisdiction, I'm a certified peace officer throughout the whole state.
Okay, so he could be a consultant, I guess.
Yeah, like... let's say you're an expert on something. You can be called into a trial as an expert because of who you are.
Okay.
And help in investigations. So... just in I don't want to say where I work, but like in my area, I don't have, because my department's small, we don't have a sex assault team.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through our county and the county next to us. We have what's called an interagency agreement where we will help them with their stuff and they can help us with theirs.
Okay.
You can do that, and you don't have to sneak around getting records, because you can actually get any record you want to. All police records are public. The only thing that they would ever take out of them are sensitive material like juveniles or victims' addresses. But
right. So then,
other than that, you can get any file you want.
Yeah. So then, unless this was a 90s thing, him pulling up the file was like this big favor? Or like, I don't
No,
know.
and even then, like I can get anything. I can call another agency and ask for it, and they'll send it to me.
It was set in the 90s, by the way.
Yeah, that's
and another thing about that. Usually, I don't care about mistakes in films too much, but there's kids in a convenience store playing Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat didn't come out until 1992. This movie took place in 1990. Just really bugged me. And also, the ending was just so unsatisfying. And
it's okay. Like, here's my issue with the ending, because like, if your goal was to end this movie on the grounds of an emotional thematic climax and not necessarily like a mystery resolution, I think you kind of dropped the ball, because the thing that doesn't work for me is revealing throughout the course of the movie Denzel's role in the investigation prior to him going to Kern County. And also, like, there's got to be some kind of scene that extrapolates the feelings that both Denzel and Malik have being put in this situation, even though they're kind of in two completely different zones when it comes to like how they approach it and handle it. I get that it's supposed to be about like letting go of mistakes, which is totally a decent story you can tell, but I don't think they earned any of the ending.
Well,
like,
I don't think it's a story you can tell when the stakes are so high. When there's a serial killer out, and it's a redemption for Denzel Washington. Like, oh well, these cops helped me when I accidentally killed somebody, so now I'm going to help him because he accidentally killed somebody. Well, his wasn't an accident. He hit him with the head with a shovel and killed him. So we're all good.
Yeah, but what's frustrating is that like there is a moment in the movie that if it had played out a certain way, it could have saved the movie. But I don't know what the way is. I just know that it had to be different. But I'll get this off the bat right now. This is my favorite Jared Leto performance I've seen probably ever. Because he's actually, and again, I don't know what that's saying, but he's fine in Dallas Buyers Club. But my point is that he's doing a really good job at playing that true crime buff who outsmarts the cops, even though he knows he's never done anything. He's just like a true crime junkie, which we do deal with today when you have Netflix series upon Netflix series about this subject. So I like what that scene where he's digging holes and he's taunting him. I don't know what way it would have needed to go, but there had to be something in that scene other than Rami Malek killing him, because you don't earn the ending. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I wish that the mystery had actually had stakes, but it means that the mystery had no stakes, but you did nothing to suggest that this movie was a thematic discussion and not a pot boiler. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like they're trying to be both and then ditch one of them at the last minute, and it doesn't work. But like I said, I like that scene where they're digging the holes up until that moment because there's actual tension and suspense, but then it falls short. Completely short.
Brad, do you want to add anything?
I was gonna say, like, is there a read of this movie where Denzel is actually the killer?
That's what I thought they were going to go with.
But then
Maybe.
I realized the part, because initially early on they like, that scene where the girls like runs out to stop the semi.
Oh
after
yeah, when she's being chased at the beginning, yeah.
Someone makes a comment about like how nice his boots are. The guy who's chasing her, and then like later Rami Malek makes a comment to Denzel about how nice his shoes are. But like that dude and Denzel Washington don't have the same body type, so I just
it was like a false mislead or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it didn't mean anything.
But
Also,
it would make sense if like he's constantly like he's sitting in his hotel room like obsessing over these girls. He's doing like late night drives around the block like looking at girls. I was like, and he's also the guy who tells everyone like to save your ass, like it's all in the little things, the details. Like he knows a lot about how to hide all this stuff and like infiltrate Jared Leto's pad. Like I was like, maybe he like this is really trying to cover the fact that he is like this movie's so smart that like if the connecting the dots is that it's Denzel Washington, but like it doesn't make sense because he doesn't look like the guy in the beginning.
again, like I think John Lee Hancock, who we've talked about his films before, he can make a good movie. I feel like he was trying to make a meditation on grief and regret, but he didn't really hit the mark on it, like at all. And I mean, and he has a clear love for the genre, because like one thing I like about this movie is that like it's a detective movie set in Los Angeles, and it uses Los Angeles as a city, like as a character. Like it knows how to use its locations, and it does a really good job of it. And even like the opening with her singing "Rome If You Want To," which is clearly a throwback to the gal in Silence of the Lambs singing "American Girl" before Buffalo Bill asks her if she's a size 14. Like that he has a clear love for the genre, but I just feel like he doesn't understand how to wrap it up. I appreciate that it's an original script being produced by a major studio, which clearly, if it got the attention of Denzel and Malik and Leto, then clearly there's something that they saw in it that we're just not seeing, but I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's so frustrating to have like this big mystery set up and then just not investigate it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think as an actor too, you're going to do a movie like that because it's an actor movie.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of opportunities for them to do movies like this that much anymore, unless they're on a lower budget or they're being done at Netflix. So like, they're going to take that opportunity if they've got it.
Yeah, I mean, again, like the acting is great. I think it's shot really well. It's just,
so
I don't know. Yeah, it's just blah, and the ending makes it blah-er.
Yeah, I was sort of okay with like Jared Leto was the murderer because he found the barrette while he was cleaning up the apartment.
Yeah.
So it was all good. But then the movie throws you another curve where he just bought barrettes to make Rami Malek feel better about himself.
Which again, like, you didn't earn this meditation. You didn't earn it. Like I can't get angry at it. I was like, I appreciated the balls on it, but it also was just like, yeah, but none of this is earned. I don't know.
And yeah, Denzel's not even going to actually, like, there's still a killer out there. He's not even going to follow up on it.
Yeah. Also, there. Lest we forget, this isn't just a murder that he's trying to solve from like years ago. This is an ongoing Zodiac-esque murderer. So,
and honestly, too, that's what bugged me too, is as someone in that profession, just like, you know what? I saved this cop from getting anything happening to him and burying this dude who's a total innocent person. Fuck this serial killer, and we're good.
Maybe the point of the movie, Ryan, was that Jared Leto was never innocent. And I'm not talking about the character he played. I'm talking about Jared Leto.
Did you guys follow who they kept saying, like, his friend that put the shotgun in his mouth? Like, I had to look it up. It was the one guy they like accused of being a pedophile early on.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't follow that at all. I was like, which cop friend died? Because the one guy from The Office is still there. And the other one's his boss is still back in whatever town he's from.
I don't know.
That was hard to follow.
Yeah,
the dude from 24 was still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like, I will say this. It is cool to see something like that pop up from a major studio in a theater in a world where that doesn't happen that much anymore. So I will give it props for that. And sometimes maybe we need like that kind of mad movie coming out every so often to humble us, but I don't know.
I don't know. You know, the thing watching WandaVision is I miss spectacle at the movies really bad.
Yeah.
Because lately it's been drama.
Yeah.
I just want to see people like fight and blow shit up.
I was on the fence about, like, I was going to go home and watch this on HBO Max, for free, but I was like, it seems like the movie I need to like really just, I need to focus, like I can't work and watch it and like, give it a fair review. But now I'm like, I kind of wish I just watched it at home.
Yeah. It's like, I'm paying $15 a month for something, and this seems like a movie that is designed for it, honestly.
My dad let me know that it was available on HBO Max, and I was like, oh, well, I already bought my ticket, so I guess I'll just do this.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I thought I would have to like pay attention and follow like the clues, and nope, didn't matter.
The most exciting part of my experience at watching this was seeing a trailer for that Benedict Cumberbatch Soviet spy movie that looks fun. So, The Courier looks fun.
Yeah. Next week, I think it's Judas and the Black Messiah.
Woo!
But we'll see. I might try to lighten it up a little bit.
I wouldn't blame you. I do want to do Judas and the Black Messiah, but like if we need a reliever from all the either the depression. Well, I mean, we had Psycho Goreman last week. I think we're in a healthy balance. But yeah, no, I'm not sure what else is out. So
yeah, we'll see. I'll let everybody know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys.
Yep. And then once again, get ready for the 10th anniversary show for Real Nerds Podcast, where we will be talking about the 100. We will suss out the 100 top films from the main reviews that we've done over the years.
It will be fun.
Yeah.
It looks like the Alamo's getting Willy's Wonderland this weekend.
Oh, shit.
What's Willy's Wonderland?
Nicolas Cage fighting animatronic robots.
What? Yeah, please.
There's only one showing at 9, so get those tickets.
What day?
Come on.
Wait, that's just Friday. Saturday. Let's see here. Land also comes out. There's a Saturday show at 9.
Fuck.
If the convention's done on time. Shit.
And a Sunday at 8:45.
Oh, I could do the Sunday one.
I'm torn. Do I want to record and archive my love of Jack Benny, or do I want to watch Nicolas Cage fight animatronic robots? This is tough, guys. This is fucking tough.
Well, let me know if you choose the 8:45 Sunday, and I'll wait.
Yeah. Let me see what time Laura is off that day, and if she is for sure, then I'll definitely do that one.
Cool.
I'll keep you guys posted.
Cool.
And if not, maybe I don't know. We'll figure something out. But cool.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Drafthouse in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.